So the letter from Jen Wolf states in this letter that all communication concerning this issue or my concerns, any correspondence related to it in this matter would have to be done in writing or by email. Attention, Jennifer Wolf at the attorney co.dakota.mn.us or by snail mail right to Jennifer Wolf. So most definitely did it by email. And to think, my daughter's got to go through all this. Now my daughter's got to hear and read about how her mother was alienating the father to her kid. Hear about how hateful and deceitful she is. Now the feelings and the hatred that she has towards me due to her mother's actions. Now, what about her feelings and how she thinks and feels now towards her mother, as now like she feels she can't trust her or believe anything she says. Now it totally destroys any relationship she had with her mom. And to think this is my fault, my problem, like I did it. These weren't my actions. I didn't choose to do this. I didn't go to the court system and file false accusations and lie and be deceitful. I wasn't the one that took the kid and kept her from her mother for I don't know how many years and put a convicted child molester around her. Now my daughter's got to hear and read about how her mother went and did all this just to be around, to marry, to live, to have a convicted child molester around her. And Chrissy wanted to say, I showed little to no interest. I wasn't no father. Well, I guess now I'm kind of being a father, ain't I? Yeah. I did what I was supposed to by the courts, by the regulations and legal system set in place on what a parent's supposed to do to try and get visitation. And unbelievable. Unfucking believable. This here is 100 and some emails, which doesn't even scratch the surface on all the emails. But let's get to it. $110 items. Yeah, I definitely want to make sure I covered all my bases and then went back and covered them again and again, and just to make sure I did it one more time. To make sure I did and push it as far as I could every which way to try and deal with this problem. I pushed it before it was one last resort on whatever could happen or occur from any point on. That I pushed it to try and prevent, if something did happen or occur that is too far, that is not like a chance or a line that's crossed that I can't come back from. And I stated it endlessly amount of times, and each and every one of these people in these emails have gotten the same email that I was sending to the Dakota County Attorney's Office. Any one of these people had legal authority to step up, to say something, to do something, but not one of them did, due to the people involved. Joel Watney, Minnesota Assistant Attorney General. Mary J. Threesen, who used to also be a Minnesota Assistant Attorney General. South St. Paul Police Chief, South St. Paul City Administrator, South St. Paul Mayor, South St. Paul Council members, same with West St. Paul everyone all the way down the line. Everyone all the way down the line with probation, from the bottom all the way up to the top of the umbrella. Suanna Kirkland, all the way up to her. Same with child protection. Even to the top of the food chain with the child protection people. Conversation my mom had with Susan Tuttle, I believe her name was. Suzanne Tuttle. Well, anyways, she knows who she is. She knows who she spoke with. My mom spoke with her. This woman's at the top of the food chain with the child protection or whatever type department. And this woman is hee-haw, hee-haw, no, I'm going to look into that, that ain't right, blah, blah, blah. Until when she got back to my mom, her tune totally changed and said, your son's got to talk with Dakota County Attorney's Office and everything. It would only be in writing or an email. I can't talk to you about this anymore, and that was it. From blah, 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 blah. Yep. That ain't, oh, nope. To, oh, pump them brakes. Tune totally changed. Because of all the people involved. She wasn't going to step up and have a backbone and do what was right. It's all 100% fact. Straight fact. Fact, document. Straight from people, straight from their mouth. Not hearsay, none. This is straight from the people's mouth. Undeniable fact. Weren't even aware of this, of them being recorded, and even after I told them I was recording all this stuff, they thought it was a joke, like I was really doing it, and yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, they found out, didn't they? They found out. Fucking 100% accountability. Fucking absolutely. These people can be criminally charged. They have no immunity when they've done this frivolously on their own accord. And they have, and it shows 100% in their own words and by their actions. No hearsay, no none. Their own actions and their own words, their own account. Plain as day. And everyone up the line, they thought, oh, saying and doing whatever like it's every other fucking thing, just another number to them. Not knowing this motherfucker sat there and actually documented and recorded all this shit. Until they realized, oh, we ain't talking to you no more. Ain't no cops want to come around. They don't want to draw no attention to it at all whatsoever. That's how fucking big of a deal it is. You're talking about 2 assistant attorney generals from Minnesota. 2 assistant attorney generals from Minnesota. Joe Watney, who was the assistant attorney general at the time when Jeffrey Michael Watney got charged for molesting this kid, to the assistant attorney general who became a judge, took his plea, sentenced him, and closed the case all in one day, Mary J. Threeson. Come on. All this favoritism that a convicted child molester gets, all this favoritism, that straight fact, not on no registry, didn't go to prison, and gets to get away with doing all this. A child molester that was molesting his own kid clearly is getting away with all this and is able to do all this? You can't tell me something's going on, right? Come on now. They want to slam the book at me for allegedly recording a court proceeding. Slam the book at me and give me a year probation and follow all recommendations, $300 fines, yada yada, for leaving 2 voicemails on a probation officer's voicemail at work, non-threatening. And to think, you're talking about a fucking child molester here. They're trying to slam the book at me and make a big deal out of allegedly recording a court proceeding, which is pretty much public record if you want to go and get a court transcript. Or, I don't know, a probation officer, like, to call and leave a voicemail. Yeah, but I should have had to call him and voice my concern to him, and he should have looked into it, and he should have done his job right. And if he didn't want to do it, his supervisor should have stepped up, called him out, took over, and he should have did it, which would have been Jim Scoville. Jim Scoville, boy, he didn't want to get his name or any recording or anything whatsoever involved in any of this. He's like, man, you buried yourself on this one, Mark. You're on your own. Yeah. Jim Scoville would not even call me back or even risk putting his name in any of all this or his voice. Swana Kirkland, we're all aware of this, and we all get emails and updates on all this, and hangs up on me. Swana Kirkland, you're talking to the very top of the food chain when you call and you're finding out and you got a problem and a concern like a fucking child molester around your kid, and that's how they do you, that's how they treat you. You can hear my recorded conversations calling the county attorney's office. Yeah. Kept calling back. You wanted to hang up and forward it and go to voicemail? No. Call back, non-stop until fucking I wanted to talk to a human. And you seen how that went. You seen how that conversation went. Yeah. There's no running from this. There ain't no hiding from this. This shit's straight, constantly being thrown out there publicly. And it'll always be out there publicly, and it'll never go away. None of this is always going to be on the internet for people to always see and read and fucking be aware of this shit. And the fucking people's names tied into it and put into this and involved in all this. Your fucking name and your reputation is always going to be linked to this and tied to this and always going to be on the internet for people to always see and read and be aware of all this. Like, it ain't ever going nowhere. Your name, anyone Googles it, searches it, anything whatsoever, this shit's going to come up. Anyone wants to look you up or blah, blah, anything, whatever it is, in the future. Think about it, in the future, anyone wants to ever Google any one of these people's names, this shit's going to pop up in the engine search forever. The more this goes on, the more that it gets thrown in, the more options that it's going to come up, a lot more than any other thing, the more that gets thrown into the internet. The odds of it coming towards the top of that search engine is going to like be more and more at the top of it, the more and more that shit gets posted in there and uploaded into the internet. And they act like it. They don't even realize it. They don't even fucking realize a fucking problem like this ain't just gonna go away. Like, that shit's gonna be festering more and more, and fucking everyone's gonna see it. Like, it'll never go away, ever. The more it gets dragged out, the more lies that got thrown into it, the more proof to back up that the bullshit lies was just another lie and another lie. Like, and it just shows how Dakota County courts, family, the legal system fucking just abuses its power, abuses its citizens, clearly abuses its citizens, children, puts them in harm's way, allows their employees to talk about it openly and fucking like it's a joke. Fucking stand up, not just for me, but for every other fucking parent that's got to go through this shit and is afraid and fear of what the retaliation would be by the legal system if they stand up and speak out about their wrongdoing. And they do their wrongdoing, and they sit there and do whatever they want, and they control people like that because they know, what are they going to do? Like, you pump your chest and you're the gorilla on the stand. That's fucking bullshit, man. That's fucking bullshit. And that fucking bullshit ain't working with me. You fucking did it long enough, and you fucking took enough, and there's no more to fucking take. No fucking more to take. And I fucking said it in every one of these emails. You're fucked up, and it ain't fucking happening no more. Fuck you. Fuck you guys. And if you fucking want to try and do something different, fucking come on. I ain't letting it go, and I'm gonna stand up for my rights. This is almost like you kneeling on my neck, trying to control me like this. Abusing me, holding me down, and what are you gonna do, right? I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. I've been telling you all along what I'm gonna do, and I'm doing it. And I won't stop till it gets resolved or, well, whatever happens. That's on you. I got every right to stand up as a parent, as a father, for my legal rights. And for my daughter's rights. I don't care who the fuck you are, if you're a cop or a probation officer or a judge or county attorney or what the fuck you think you are. If you're a fucking person and you put a fucking child molester around my kid, I don't give a fuck who you are. You better step the fuck back and get the fuck out of my way, because I'm not going to allow it. No fucking parent should ever allow something like that. You fucking pieces of shit. Fucking actually treat citizens like this, and children and parents, to fucking put favoritism to a fucking child molester. Fucking disgusting.